Hey everybody, it's Adam from IHP and I'm here with JC. We're going to start episode 8 of JC Unplugged. Alright JC, you have a client post-ACL surgery. They've been cleared by their PT to go back to the gym, resume squatting and other normal functions. What's your initial assessment? How would you start and progress them?
Easy. Initial assessment with an ACL, especially if they've been cleared, is the same as an assessment with anybody else. Single leg anterior reach and single leg squatting. That is the primary thing that I do. Then we go to double leg squatting to see how the two legs are playing around. You know, because they may be doing really good on a single leg, but then when you put them in a parallel stance, they may not be symmetrical. They may not know how to play well together, both hips. So anterior reach, single leg squat, single leg. They don't have to be super deep, but I do want to see how they do that. Then I'll go to double leg squat and then lunge. After that, we're good to go. But those four are the big ones for everybody. ACL post-rehab. What's the difference between an ACL post-rehab and a 75-year-old that's deconditioned? What's the difference? There is no difference, so easy.
All right. Number 2, I think I know where you're. I think we might need to strap on for your answer on this question, but you have a boxer or an MMA fighter just starting out their career. How many full contact or sparring practices would you recommend per week? Just so they can get used to getting hit for their, I mean, we've talked about, you talked about this a lot.
Brand new that never fought.
Never fought.
So this is a 16, 17-year-old kid that thinks he wants to be an MMA fighter.
Mark, is that kind of where you're at with that?
Yeah, pretty much. Starting your career out.
Yeah, they're starting their career out. I would get them at the beginning, you know, heck, no sparring, man. How are you going to spar if you don't know how to throw punches and kicks and take somebody down without crushing them? Because you got to know what you're doing to take somebody down without hurting them. Otherwise, you just body slam them or you run into them and both of you land awkward. So you have to learn these techniques. So probably the first month or 2 or 3, probably no sparring. And if you do sparring, it's going to be very light sparring on the striking side. And then you would have little live technical areas on the wrestling side. You're not going to go MMA sparring. Not even close. First 2 or 3 months, nothing.
Let's
you know?
say a year in.
Yeah.
A year
in, well, I would say at the end of 3 months, if the person is picking up the stuff, then you can have light sparring at the end of 2 or 3 months in striking. So for example, only hands. So they would have light sparring on box, maybe 1 or 2 rounds. Then that goes well, then you do light sparring in kickboxing so they can get used to the hands and the feet. That goes at the same time. If you're doing MMA, you can have light wrestling matches 2 or 3 months in. But you're going to spend 2 or 3 months knowing the basic technique, how to throw a punch, how to parry, how to dodge, how to take down, how to fall, all those things. 2 or 3 months bare minimum, assuming they're athletic and they get it.
Right. But I think you have a strong opinion for experienced MMA fighters who want to go and do full sparring to get ready for a fight, and you know they come in for one of their strength and conditioning sessions and they got black eyes.
But that's different.
Yeah.
So you have to differentiate between somebody learning the skill set, okay? You can't spar. They're not going to learn a skill set spar. Versus somebody sparring to practice the skill set. Well, once you have the skill set, not a whole lot of sparring is necessary to maintain the skill set in a live environment. So that's when good strength and conditioning comes in, and you can get them in shape here without hurting them, and then they do tactical work.
It's more so. I was talking to this one MMA guy, and he was saying how these new fighters coming in, they need to learn how to get hit, how to take a punch. That's why they should be doing more sparring. And that's why I was like, I don't know about that. That's what's my thinking. Take on that. I'm learning how to take the punch and get hit and all that.
Because that'll be part of it. For example, you get a kid who's never done anything, you teach him how to jab, you teach him how to shadow box, boom, boom. Then, like I said, 2 or 3 months in, the kid can jab, right hook, parry, dodge, bob and weave. Then you put up either with a coach and mitts, because with a mitts you can get hit. The coach with the mitts is the first thing he's got in front of him to see what this thing feels like, and the coach will put mitts on his head, bam, and he'll make contact. Kid does well there, then he can put him, let's say, with Mark and say, Mark, take it easy. And Mark will get in front of him, move live, and then throw some light jabs, some rights, and some hooks to the body, with the same intensity that the coach
Got it.
hit the mitts with, but now he's got Mark in there, it's not the coach, he knows that Mark is gonna hit him, so that steps it up to a different level, you know? So that's how you make that transition. You just put people in there that don't have a clue and you know, run the gauntlet on them, they'll get clobbered, you know? So that's the way you do it. There's a progression to everything.
All right, number 3. What are your thoughts, and maybe hopefully you're familiar with it, but what are your thoughts on bamboo bar training? I don't know, are you guys familiar with bamboo bar training? It's actually, they're like straight bars that are made out of bamboo, and you attach super bands to the end of them, and attached to the end of the super bands are either kettlebells or free weight plates, and you train with it to create this whole oscillating and vibration effect. So just wanted to get JC's take on the bamboo bar training.
I think it's probably as stupid as Olympic weightlifting underground. I mean, underwater. And underground would even be harder. Now, that would be isometric training. I bury you and you try to lift. I'll leave your head out though, so you can breathe. That would be awesome. So I'm gonna bury a bar next time, bury everybody, put them up to here, they're buried, I'm gonna say, now do Olympic weightlifting. They're like, good, that's called isometric training. It's just stupid, more stupid, you know? So why is it not a fiberglass bar? You know? It could be a fiberglass bar. Why does it have to be bamboo? Because bamboo is cooler. Because bamboo comes from the bamboo that they used to use the, you know, karate and martial arts, and it's bamboo. It's organic. It could be you know, what they use for a pole vault. Big bar made out of fiberglass, if that's what you want, oscillating, and you can have that. Why don't they have that? No, because bamboo is cooler. It's bamboo. That thing's stupid, man. What do you want? There's only, again, what do we want with instability? What do we want with instability? And you're looking at the guy who helped put instability training on the map. Back in 1997, when I did the stability ball videos, where I did everything on stability ball. Guilty, you know, it was the best that we had at the time, new stuff. I pushed the envelope. Paul Check was there before me, and Morrison was there, and me and a bunch of other guys. Heck, I won an award for the stability ball use, you know, at the ECA conference. Best use of equipment back in, whatever, 1999. So I was in that wave. But sooner or later, you got to step back and go, what the heck were we doing? When has this turned into a circus act? What is it that we're doing? And it's proprioception and kinesthetic. It's all BS. You can't generate power from an unstable oscillating area, you know, or base. You can't. So, okay, so how much instability do we need? How much? How much? Do a hands-on ball push-up on a stability ball. Do a crossover push-up on a medicine ball. Oh, you need oscillation? Well, how much oscillation? What's the frequency? Because none of that stuff has a 30 hertz frequency, which is what we know that the vibratory stimulus that works is at least 30 hertz. That's the original vibration platform by Bosco back in the 70s and 40s when that thing was researched. So it's not 30 hertz. The blade is 4 hertz. So what frequency are we working on with bamboo and bungee cords and kettlebells and, you know, two small people hanging on it, you know? I think it's just ridiculous. What we're doing with the marketing, man, is just BS. Me, you want stability here? Do a push-up, T push-up, press against something, press against the car, press against the band, press against a cable. That's good. After that, I think we get crazy with it, you know? So that's just my thing. It's like this. You start with the basics, then you go and you learn all this crap, and then you figure it's crap, and then you go, well, what's really good? And you go like this. Bam! The only difference between taking off here and landing here is when you take off, you don't know how good this is, and you don't know why it's so good. Then you went and take off and you learn all of it, and you come back. The only difference is when you come back to the same thing, you understand why you are there. It's not that that's the way you are and that's where you land. You came back out of choice and out of wisdom. That's the only difference, which is a big difference. We're basic here. You know, every time we do mentorships and people come from everywhere, you know how they come from all over the world, especially in South America. One thing I get is the same thing. I can't believe how simple you train. I can't believe how simple, the simple stuff you do to get rid of back pain, to get rid of shoulder pain like that, to get these guys in just a great shape in 3, 4, 5. I can't believe how simple it is. There it is. So,
That's JC Unplugged right there.
sorry.
All right, one more question. What are your thoughts on pool training for overweight people, or maybe those who can't currently weight bear? And do you have any favorite pool exercises?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I wasn't a big pool guy, okay? And I didn't come up with all these things because I'm a genius. Everything I've come up with, I haven't come up with, I've discovered, okay? So I wasn't a good pool guy. You know, it's just not what I did, all right? And I used to go to all these conferences, especially the ECA conference down in Fort Lauderdale, where they did a lot of pool stuff. You see hundreds of people in the pool doing their thing. I'm like, okay, that's not me. Then all of a sudden, Jeff Munson gets hurt. His back gets hurt because he's got a bad back in 2005 for UFC 65. And we got to train him. And we can't skip. We can't skip. So I'm going, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. I remember like if it was today. He was getting ready. I was going to take him to Dr. Rosenberg to get his IVs of magnesium and all the stuff that we used to use so he could train really hard. And I told Andy Saraki, which was one of our interns at the time, go to Sports Authority down in Hillsborough and buy everything they have regarding water training. I don't know what I'm going to do, but get everything. Whatever. If they have a weighted vet, get it. If they have heavy dumbbells, get it. If they have a cap, get it. Everything they have with water training, buy. We bought like $300 worth of stuff. We show up at my house, we don't know what we're going to do. And I started coming up with what is now known as the famous 5-minute MMA program. Okay? So, do I think water training is awesome? In some cases, yes. For that particular situation, yeah. If you're injured and you can't weight bear for whatever reason, yes. If you weigh too much and you can't weight bear, yes. And my favorite probably has to be the most simple, okay? Number 1, tread water. Tread water, bro. Just get in the 6-foot prep and go there and put them on the clock and watch. Watch what happens. You want sprint? Let them tread water. Everybody thinks sprint this way. You know, you gotta know how to swim. And and if you're dealing with a little pool like mine was, which is maybe 30 foot, 15 by 30, by the time you push off and everything, you covered the distance. So what did I do? I took Jeff Munson, put him in the 6-foot, and Rabi, who would sink immediately, and say, all right, you're on the clock, go, boom, you know? And inside 15, 30 seconds, they were grabbing for the edge. I go, no, you got a little bit more, you got a little bit more. And so they damn near drowned. That was my sprint. That was my sprint, fast. And then if you want to make it really fast, no legs and tread. Now the arms move twice as fast. And if you want to get their legs fired up, no arms kick. And of course they start dropping. So that's good for about 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and that's it. Then you get them at the 4-foot or 5-foot, let them sink. Big dumbbells. Okay, I have push-pull is the easiest thing. Boom, 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 and then these. Those are easy. So it's here. Bam, 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 boom, boom. Okay, and then these. So 3 basic exercises. All right, when you're standing, push and pull, which is punching, all right, flies, okay, and rotations. And then, of course, you can swim, which we didn't do a whole lot of. We treaded water. So between treading water and those, and swimming, you got yourself a 5-minute round. That's awesome. And if you guys want to train 30 seconds of anaerobic and then 1 minute off light, you can put those together. Give them your choice. You can tread water for 30, come back. Punch for 30, flies for 30, rotations for 30, go back and tread. And you can use any combination of those.
All right, everybody, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. We just finished up episode 8. We'll see you episode 9. Have a great week.